So we headed down to Canterbury in Kent to catch up with Guy Williams, one of the most determined and gritty riders you'll see anywhere in the world, now with one of the best string of horses he's ever had. The Hickstead Derby winner, and a man whose mother and father both rode, starting off on ponies, jumped at young riders and was reserved on the European squad for the under-21s. He spent a year in America working for one of the world's very best, American rider Margie Goldstein, before coming home to set up on his own.
Yeah, definitely a good experience. Opened my eyes, and when I came home I knew what I wanted to do. My aims were clear. I'd had a year to think about. You know, I missed the ring a little bit because I was quite competitive, maybe wasn't so competitive there, but actually it was a good stage in my life where I needed just to sit and look at what I was doing and what I wasn't doing right and the people around me and things like that. So yeah, I came home and I bought this place when I came home from America. This is my arena. I've had it down 2 years now. I've had it done in a round shape. It's 50 by 50. I had the corners took off it because I can't stand when you're harrowing it, all the sand going into the corners. So we made it round so it's easy to harrow, plus a horse won't hang to the side or run to a corner, which is really good. I'm going to grow a hedge round it so it'll look nice. And this is really basically where we do all our flat work. Obviously we get new horses come, we have to jump them. These fences seem good enough to see if they're spooky or not good enough or good enough. And then really this is where all the basic work begins before you go to a show.
Guy Williams, from top national performer, really came to prominence with a win in the Speed Derby at Hickstead back in 2002. Since then has won the Derby itself, Horse of the Year, Show Grand Prix, also now a regular on the British team, one of the most focused riders you'll meet anywhere in the world.
Here you see some trophies, which is an overflow of trophies really from the house. There's a trophy here from Lonza Sonia. I won the Grand Prix 2 weeks ago. Also, there's a trophy here from Qatar, where Trinto won a class. And last week there's some ribbons from Aachen, where obviously we jumped on the Nations Cup.
Well, a wonderful collection of silverware, but over the years, who's been Guy's inspiration?
Always people like Michael Whitaker, John Whitaker. Peter Charles was a friend of my dad's, which I was a kid, and he was this famous show jumper on telly. Nick Skelton, obviously. Always English people, you know, we had a normal telly, we're from a normal background, so we were only exposed to them top riders, and that's who you saw, you know, and that's who you aspired to be like.
Well, more recently, Guy's been jumping alongside those guys he aspired to be like Nick Skelton, and he was riding alongside him in Aachen, where Great Britain had a terrific second place in the Nations Cup. He chose to ride Titus on that occasion, a horse he bought last Christmas, a 10-year-old. It won at Olympia and also on the Sunshine Tour, and went so well in the early part of the competition of the tournament out in Aachen, he decided to keep that horse on for the Nations Cup.
He wins a lot of classes. He's really fast, he's really careful, and he has got a lot of jump, but because I've never used him as a main horse, no one's really actually seen that he can jump big tracks. Only when I need him to, as a main horse, do I jump him. So maybe it's his chance to sort of shine a little bit, and yeah, he could promote himself. If he jumps good enough, he'll definitely promote himself to be the best one, but yeah, time will tell, we'll see. And we move on to Toronto. There's not much you can say about him. He's a phenomenal winner and he's won lots of things for me, and maybe he started my career off 3 years ago properly at international level.
Well, a terrific horse and a very hard combination to beat. They were part of the British team on several occasions last season and still continue to deliver.
This is a 9-year-old, she's called Belinka. She's won at Le Ball, she won at Calgary at the end of last year. She hasn't done much this year, but I'm just going to start her now the middle of the year. She'll go to Hickstead and jump there, the international classes. This side is a horse called Orage. She's more of a speed horse. She won last week at Southview. She won an international speed class. She's won several classes in her life. And then we have Skippy. He won the Hickstead Derby and he's been with me from the beginning. I've had him 10 years. And as I started, he started with me.
And it was Skip to Ramiro that gave Guy one of his biggest successes in the famous Hickstead Derby. It was all about preparation and their great performance through the famous Devil's Dyke.
This is my Devil's Dyke that I built. It's the hardest jump in the course at Hickstead. It was for me anyway. And after I built this, I came back in 2010 and won it. I had it down again this year. Obviously I didn't practice hard enough, so next year I'll try even harder. As you look around the yard, you'll see some plaques on the walls. These are from shows that we go to. The shows give us some plaques, so when we come home we just put them on the walls really, just to brighten the place up. This is an up-and-coming horse of mine. He's called Zach. He's an 8-year-old and a good jumper.
Now Guy Williams, Depardieu van Kieselhof.
He's called Depardieu van Kieselhof, is his real name, but he's got such a long name. I hardly can say it, so we call him Zach. He come from Belgium. I bought him off Eric Larnen as a 6-year-old. He's now 8. I've been jumping him. I started him off as a young horse, normal routine, smaller shows, county shows. I jumped him at Olympia in the Grand Prix. He had 4 faults, and he's now starting to build on his career, hopefully.
Well, he's competed a number of the Global Champions Tour and certainly caught the attention of many top international riders. A very exciting prospect for the future, and one Guy has a lot of confidence in.
A horse is very clever, and they're either good at something or they're not. So obviously some are eventers, some are dressage horses, some are jumpers, and some maybe you think are jumpers, but when you actually start riding them and working them, they're probably not, you know. So they have to be good in it. They have to be natural athletes themselves to do the job. It's every rider's aim at the end of the day to be at the Olympics. There's a big buzz in the job at the moment about it. Everybody's getting excited about next year, and yeah, I believe I'm good enough to go there, and I will try and go there with something that I've got now, hopefully. I'm going to try and produce this horse maybe for 2012 if we get a chance to go. He's a really big horse, full of quality, wants to jump the jumps, and with the Olympics around the corner, he's my best prospect really to have a chance of going. And maybe 3 years ago I didn't think I could go there, but now I believe maybe I've got a chance.